Welcome to this first vlog where we'll be talking a little bit about So, what's been going on with Magnetic Vision and me for these last 2 years and what's in store for the future. But before telling you that, I need to give you a bit of context. My name is Maxi, I'm an Argentinian film producer, and for the last 4.5 years I've been living abroad. I've lived in Australia, a little bit in Italy, and now I've been in Berlin for over a year. So I started my filmmaking journey like 8 or 10 years ago, playing in my garden with cameras, pointing at stuff that kind of looked cool, but had absolutely no meaning at all. So I noticed I really enjoyed it and got really into it and watched like thousands of tutorials and tried to learn as much as I could. When I left Argentina, I told myself that my objective was to become a professional filmmaker. I would do whatever it took to kind of go in that direction. When I arrived to Australia, I was completely lost and I spent my entire savings in literally 2 months. I had no idea how to get into the business. So every day I tried new things and overthinked a lot, and even thought lots of times about quitting, and even got scammed by a couple of clients. But one thing I think I did well was reaching out to other filmmakers and photographers and connecting with those people, absorbing and learning new stuff. And I made a lot of friends that way, and one of those was this Argentinian director, Tom, that we ended up becoming kind of like brothers. We started working together, filming all sorts of stuff, learning also the insides of the business and how everything kind of worked. And I had the blessing to shoot really interesting experiences that in a way changed my life. But also kind of, how to say it, not very fancy things, such as parts of dead animals because this guy wanted to sell them as dog food. It was fucking disgusting, man. After a while, it might be fun and everything, but I kind of need to focus my energy in one concrete direction. I cannot be shooting all over the place. I won't be making any progress in any direction. And as in most careers, the best thing to do is to find your niche, Imagine you have your own company, your own car manufacturing company, and you need to film a commercial. Who will you hire? The guy that kind of does everything very well, or the best at shooting commercials for car companies? For sure you will choose a car commercial expert. So that's why it kind of makes sense to find a niche. But it's not easy, because I kind of enjoy doing everything. But having to surrender 95% of that stuff and just focus on this one, it's feeling that restraint is not cool. I think it's kind of time to start narrowing down the options and even understanding if freelancer is the path, because the freelancer life is not easy. It's very exhausting, and having to go out there and sell yourself, and maybe one day you get a cool job, but then you might not get anything for 3 months, so it's not very sustainable. Another option would be to go out there and find a full-time job for a company. But here in Germany, they ask you to speak German, which I don't. And let's not forget about Mr. Anxiety kicking down the door every 5 minutes. And it's kind of a shame, because I started with all of this because I really enjoyed it, but now it's the enjoyment gets smaller and smaller, and the pressure and of making it sustainable and trying to make it work keeps getting bigger and bigger. So I usually find myself overthinking and trying to understand what course of action to take. So many options is kind of mind-boggling. In these last 4 years, I always had an excuse not to going full in with this, no? Or I was traveling around, or I was broke, or I didn't had a job, didn't had this kind of gear or whatever. But yeah, finally I'm in a situation where I would say that I don't have any excuses. So yeah, I would really like to go full into this journey. And this is something that like gives me fear and discomfort, you know, like vlogging, speaking with a camera. But yeah, I kind of learned that every time that I challenge those kind of things, I learn something new and get some kind of reward at the other end of it. After thinking pretty hard about it, I decided that what I want to do is create something that it's true to my beliefs. I want to create videos that captivate people, show them different ways of living, and even pushes them to go out there and live life to the fullest. Now that I'm in Berlin, I have thousands of these interesting characters to connect with. Yeah, I'm not sure if this whole YouTube thing will take me exactly there, but I'm pretty sure it will kind of get me closer in some way or another. And also, yeah, I know that at least I won't regret not even trying it. So, that's been one of the hardest videos I've ever done, believe me. It took 4 days of shooting. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you would like to see more stuff like this in the future, let me know. Stay safe.